episode of the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be reviewing and showing you how to play Shobu. So Shobu is a game by Manolis Varanas and Jamie Sajdak. Let me show you those names in case I have butchered them. And it is a game, it is published by Smirk and Laughter. Now, Shobu is a game for 2 players, ages 8 and up, and listed as a 20-minute game. So let's start there.
Okay.
Now, the ages 8 and up, I think is, well, maybe we should start with the 2 players. 2 players, it's a 2-player game only, nothing to talk about.
Right, no.
8 and up, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's optimistic.
I don't know. I mean, I'm agreeing with it.
Are you?
Well, and my reasoning is this is a 5 minutes to learn, lifetime to master.
Sure.
If you think about a game like chess or checkers, you could teach that to an 8-year-old. They're just not going to master it.
Okay.
And this feels like that to me. It feels like you could teach it to them. You could go easy on them. You could teach it to a second 8-year-old, and the 2 of them could play for years and be fine against each other. It's just that this is a game you could totally be at many different levels in your level of play.
Okay, I'm with you there. Yeah, I was picturing this being...
Because the rules are simple.
Yeah, the rules are very simple. I just don't know how enjoyable it would be for 8-year-olds. Certainly 8-year-olds, I suppose they'd really like it. But it's there's not much to the game. I mean, it's not much like graphically and
a lot
of pieces.
Just for complexity's sake, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's for the 20 minutes. I don't know about that. It's got a very wide variety of, and at least in my experience so far, the length of the game has varied incredibly.
It could be 10. It could be 45.
Yeah, so I think they really should have had a range for that. Because this one is hard to like a lot of abstracts, it can be hard to figure out. It feels like chess in that regard. Like some games of chess take 5 minutes, and some games of chess take hours.
Right.
When
you're playing against an 8-year-ld, it might take 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, there you go, and it's based on like how evenly matched you are, right?
Right.
So let's have a look at what comes in the box. So first thing is the rule book. Now the rule book is literally 3 pages, filled with big diagrams, and this took me 5 minutes to read through, less than 5 minutes to teach. So yeah, big thumbs up on the rule book. The rule book is really nice. No problems there. Right. Then our next bit of components, why don't you pull some of these out to show, are some tumbled stones, black for one side, white for the other. We have a rope, which you'll see out is to divide each of our pairs of home boards when they're on the table. And we have the boards. Each player gets a light board and a dark board on their side as their home boards. And each board is a 4x4 grid.
And these are literally stones.
Yeah, they're tumbled stones. They look nice, though.
They're very nice, yeah. They got the...
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's one of the light ones there.
Yeah, this has got it's literally like you get the rocks. There's nothing more to them than that.
And the boards are solid wood, and they each have a little Shobu in one of the corners. So these are really nice. I have 0 complaints about the components of this game. If anything, I really like them. So I think
I really dig the rocks. The tumble stones. That's really cool. I think that's just neat.
Yeah, we'll talk a little more about that in the review, but I have no downsides to talk about the components. So I think what we're just going to do is we're going to try to make this a quick one because of how easy this is to learn to play. We're going to jump into the tutorial portion. We're going to show you how to play this game. We're going to play a few rounds of it, and we're going to come right back and talk about how this game feels, how it plays, and we're going to rate it and review it.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here you can see a game setup of Shobu. I'll be on this side of the table over here and be playing the white stones on all 4 boards.
I am over on this side, and I'll be playing the blacker stones.
Okay, so now you set up by placing the rope in the middle of the table, having one each of the dark and light boards on your side of the table, having the light boards on the same side and the dark boards on the same side. And you set your 4 stones up on your side of each of the 4 boards. Now, in order to play Shobu, it's very simple. The first move must be on your side of the rope. Your side of the rope is the home boards. And your first of your 2 moves, because every turn you actually make 2 moves. The first of your 2 moves is called the passive move. And for the passive move, you must choose one of the stones on a home board and move it 1 or 2 spaces, either orthogonally or diagonally, your choice, in a straight line, not changing direction. And then for the second move, you must move a stone on an opposite color board, regardless of whether it's a home board or not. So you can only move stones on opponents' boards during the second move. And that move can be aggressive. Now, for the aggressive move, you're allowed to push one of your opponent's stones. So and it has to move the exact same direction, exact same number of spaces as the first move you made. So if this is my first move of 2 spaces diagonally that way, I can move a piece over here 2 spaces diagonally this way, and if it were to be able to push a stone, it would. If you push a stone off the board, you capture it. The goal of the game is to capture all 4 of your opponent's stones on one of the 4 boards. If you do that, you win the game of Shobu. So now we're going to run you through some of it, at least part of the game here, to show you how it works. So Alex, why don't you take the first move and get us started?
Okay.
So Alex moved 1 space diagonally there and then did the same exact move, even with the same piece, though it didn't need to be with the same piece, on a board on my side. So I am going to move 1 piece diagonally here, and I'm going to actually mimic Alex's move to be defensive, because you cannot push 2 stones in a row. You cannot push one of your own stones, and you cannot push 2 of your opponent's stones. So 2 spaces forward on the dark home board of yours, and 2 spaces forward on the light board on my side here. So I'm going to move 2 spaces diagonally here to then push this piece off the board and get the first capture. Oh, and then Alex manages to get a capture himself, but
let's see how this goes.
Indeed, indeed. So I'm going to move this piece 2 spaces this way, and that piece 2 spaces in the same direction on that board.
1, 2 there. 2 there.
I see. Indeed. Well, I am going to move 1 here and 1 there and push this stone right off the board.
Right off the board.
Right off the board. Very good. Nice capture. I am going to move this stone up 1 and move this stone up 1 and capture this stone here.
2. 1, 2.
I'm going to move this stone forward and move this stone forward and capture that stone there. So there you have it. That is how you play a game of Shobu. Each pair of moves must be matched up. You must be able to do a second move that matches up with the first move, or you can't even do the first move. And eventually you play until 1 board is completely empty of one of your opponent's sets of pieces. Now this board looks like, at the moment, it might be the one that's going for that, because we each only have 2 pieces left on this board. But that may not be the case, because as this board becomes less and less maneuverable because of the less and less pieces, we might switch over and start moving and trying to maneuver pieces on other boards. But there you have it. That's how you play. You play until 1 board you capture all of your opponent's pieces on a single one of the 4 boards. So let's head back to the table, and we're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels, and we're going to rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Shobu.
Yeah, pretty tough.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were able to teach it very quickly, give you the gist of how it plays, and then just play. So there you have it. This very much feels to me like a game that was very much inspired by classic, aggressive, abstract strategy battle games like chess and checkers. Specifically that particular lineage of games, because you're capturing opponents' pieces, you're attacking, attack, or you're defending.
Yes.
And the strategies are both in there. You can try to line up 2 pieces in a row to defend.
Yep. But the remote effect is the thing that totally differentiates it, and which makes this game so interesting.
You mean the moving on one board and then moving on the second board?
Yeah, you move on one board and it's reflected on the second board.
That is the thing that really does set this apart.
Yeah,
I agree.
The single biggest difference.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, it plays very much like. I'm reminded a lot of games like old classic games like chess and checkers, but even more modern games. Like it reminds me a little bit of Mouse Guard, Swords, and Strongholds because of the pushing of pieces.
Right.
Which is something you can do in that too.
Yeah.
That particular capture effect, pushing a piece off the board, reminds me of that. But the 4 boards, which makes it feel like you have to be playing 3-dimensionally.
Yes.
Because you can't even make a second move until you made a first move. That is what the second move is going to be.
Right. Exactly. So you have to know at least where the positioning of 2 boards are.
Yes.
But you got to pay attention, obviously, to all 4.
Because if you neglect one of the boards and someone goes and captures all your pieces on them, that's it. Game over.
Right. So whereas Mouse Guard used the cards to inject that unique kind of gameplay, this uses the 4 boards. This
is very much this. Most abstract strategies you can usually save 5 minutes to learn, lifetime to master, but this thoroughly embodies that. The rules are so simple. And yet they can be a little confusing at first because of the whole thing where your first move must be on a home board. Your second move can be on an opposite color board, either home or not home. Right. That whole thing can take a little bit to wrap your head around, but once you do, you realize the rules are actually very easy.
Yes. Yeah.
But holy crap, is there a lot of depth to this?
For sure. This has got the all the best parts of a good abstract strategy game.
Yeah.
Simple, but incredibly... the depth is incredibly varied.
The more I've been playing this, the more I'm like, wow, there's a lot. Yes. There's a lot here. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth in the way you set up moves. Mm-hmm. It's a game that's really good at setting up turns 2 and 3 out.
Yes, you have to think far ahead for sure.
Yeah, and I find myself doing that. I'll be planning 3 turns, 4 turns ahead, even sometimes.
Right.
And I'm much because of the simpler individual moves. I'm more able to do that in this than I am in chess.
For sure. Oh yeah.
I've been really liking this, and I've been doing really well at it. I mean,
you've been smoking me in this thing. But like you said, you always say, if you lose at a game and you still enjoy it, that means it's a good game.
It does mean it's a freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to rate this one first, or shall I? Oh, maybe we didn't talk much in this sum up about the components, which we are.
Oh yeah. Well, the boards are wood,
which is great,
and are high quality. They're nice. They're really well made. The rope is just a piece of rope, but it's a real piece of rope.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And the rocks are rocks. And
they're tumbled stones.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
It is.
You could literally make this.
Oh yeah.
Without too much trouble at all.
And yet the bought version just looks so cool on the table.
This is beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it would be a lot harder to make it than to buy it for sure. But the components are awesome. It looks like something that literally could have what is in front of you could have been played 300 years ago,
3,000 years ago.
3,000 years ago. Yeah, right. Yeah. There's nothing in this that has anything to do with modern technology. So it's really neat.
I really think they were going for that. I think the designers were going for that look of this could have been a classic game.
Yeah.
And it feels that way. And I really feel that way when I'm playing it, that this could have been a classic game, even though I know it's not.
Right.
And I love that.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's very awesome. We're raving about it. Do you want to do you want to rate it first, or shall I?
I'll rate it first.
Okay.
So just so everybody, this checks off so many boxes for me. It's easy to set up. It's quick to play. Learn to play. Can be very, very, very deep thinking, and is a 2-person abstract strategy, which I love. So this is damn near the perfect game in my book.
Wow.
So I'm giving this like a 9.5.
9.5?
Just because this is I would never be able to design a game, but like if I could, this is what I would build. Like this game is fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah. The only thing that's holding it back is that it's not a 10 like a couple of games I reviewed, is that it's strictly 2-player.
Okay.
But that is totally fine with me.
So this is 9.5 is crazy high.
This is like one of the, like I said, this is like, if I had to
Is it?
If I could build a game that I wanted to play for the rest of my life, this would be. This is pretty much what I would make.
This has got to be up there as one of your favorite abstracts of all time. Then,
yeah, this is like Yinch quality for sure.
I don't even think you gave it 9.
I think I gave that a 9 because.
So is this you like this better than?
I like
Yinch?
this better, and it's because it's because of the simplicity with how complex it really is.
Yeah.
It's both things. They did a great job.
They did. I'm not quite as high as you, but I was obviously also raving about it. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 stars. Okay. I really like this. I'm just not as emphatic as you are. I don't like it better than Yinch. Yinch is still my favorite abstract.
Right.
But I love this. This is fantastic. I'm giving it 8 out of 10 stars. 8 out of 10 stars is an incredibly high rating. Yeah. I'm a little surprised that you went so high as to give it a 9.5 and have this be your new favorite abstract.
But yeah, it's on. Well, I knew I liked it, but then we played it a few more times, and I was like, this game is perfect.
You need a copy of this.
Yeah, I really
do need a copy of this.
Yeah, it is. I'm thinking about. Yeah. I got to get it.
You got to get it. It's so good. Right. It is such a good game.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So that is 2 thumbs way up.
Way up. Yeah.
I mean, an 8 and a 9.5. That is 17.5 stars between the two of us. That's really high rating. We here at the Board Game Captain can, if you are a fan of abstract strategy games and like aggressive play, because I think this really lends itself to aggressive play.
Yes.
I think you should definitely try out Shobu, especially if you like playing abstract strategy games that make you feel like you are thinking in 3 dimensions, because the 4 boards in this really make you have to split your attention and think in multiple ways about all of your moves.
Yes.
Then you should try this. This game is awesome. We really loved it, and
I really love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alex is putting this as his favorite abstract right now, which is pretty amazing. That's a rave review.
Yeah.
So again, that's 8 stars, 9.5 stars respectively. 2 thumbs way up for Shobu. If you enjoyed this review and tutorial, and you would like to see us do more like it, be sure to give it a like. Share it on all forms of social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelt with a K on YouTube. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, either on this video or on the game of Shobu, put them in the comments down below. And hit that little bell icon on my channel so you get alerts every time I upload a new video. And until next time, game on.